Kaiya's world was a symphony of color. She danced through forests of kelp that swayed to a deep, ancient rhythm, her tail, a shimmering opal scale, cutting through sun-dappled waters. She whispered secrets to bioluminescent jellyfish and rode the warm currents with her dolphin kin. The ocean was her home, her body, her song, but the song was changing. It began with a discordant note, a metallic tang on the water she'd never tasted before. Then came a ghost, a sea turtle entangled in a translucent shroud it called plastic, its frantic struggles growing weaker each day. A whale's song twisted into a mournful dirge, its belly full of things that did not belong. The vibrant coral cities of her childhood began to bleach, turning into silent, white boneyards. The pain was not just something she saw, it was something she felt. A sharp, phantom ache in her gills when the water grew thick and chemical. A searing heat along her scales when she passed over stretches of ocean grown unnaturally warm. The ocean's agony was her own. One day, the ache became an unbearable scream. A great shadow passed overhead, not of a cloud, but of a monster ship. Then, the sea itself began to choke. A thick, black, viscous tide descended, coating the water's surface, smothering the light. It clung to her skin, a toxic sludge that burned and stole her breath. This was the great bleeding, the poison her elders whispered of. Humans, blinded and desperate, Kaiya breached the surface, gasping in the alien air. Her violet eyes, wide with a pain both physical and profound, scanned the horizon. The source of the black tide was clear, a wounded iron leviathan, a tanker, listing heavily, its dark heart still pumping ruin into her world. And then she saw them. Smaller vessels buzzing around the giant, not to help it, but to contain the spill. Humans on one of the boats, a young woman with a face etched with worrying and determination, her red hair whipping in the wind, was shouting orders, laying out long, floating barriers. Her name was Dr. Aris Thorne, but Kaiya did not know that. She only saw intent, not malice. A reckless, hopeless courage filled Kaiya. This human was trying, perhaps not all of them were blind. Propelling herself forward, she ignored the burning sludge and rose beside the small boat. Aris stumbled back, a cry caught in her throat. The creature before her was impossible, a being of myth, risen from a nightmare of oil. The mermaid's opal tail was coated in black, her skin smudged with it, but her eyes held an intelligence and a sorrow so deep it was staggering. Kaiya didn't speak. She didn't need to. She simply pointed a webbed, trembling finger at the spreading slick, then at her own heart, and then she clutched her throat, her meaning unequivocal, "You are killing me." Terror and awe in Aris, but were swiftly crushed by a scientist's blazing curiosity and an environmentalist's shared grief. She slowly reached out, not with a weapon, but with a clean white rag soaked in solvent, offering it. It was a bridge. That single act of empathy sparked a chain reaction Aris could never have predicted. She documented everything, smuggling the incredible truth to a trusted, brilliant friend, Elio, a reclusive tech genius and radio astronomer. "They're listening, Aris," he'd always said. "We just need the right thing to say." He used Kaiya's unique biosignature, a sonar song unlike any earthly creature, and the specific frequency of her distress, and amplified it. He didn't beam it to other cities or governments. He beamed it out, past the atmosphere, into the deep, silent ocean of space. A distress call from one ocean to the universe. For weeks, nothing changed. Kaiya and Aris worked in secret, Kaiya guiding Aris to the worst, most hidden damage, her connection to the water a living map of its pain. They began to hope that small, human efforts might be enough. They were wrong. The change began one night. The ocean, for the first time in Kaiya's life, fell utterly silent. The hum of ships, the distant chatter of sonar, the faint electrical buzz of the human world, it all vanished. Then the sky began to dance. A light, not of the moon or stars, but of mother of pearl and liquid emerald, shimmered across the globe's atmosphere. They came not in ships of metal, but in vessels that looked like living, crystalline water droplets, the Galateans. They were beings of pure, cohesive energy, formless yet mindful, ancient travelers who navigated the cosmic currents as Kaiya navigated her own. They had heard the song of a dying ocean, a pain they understood in their core, and they had come to answer. Their communication was not with words, but with direct, empathetic impressions. They showed Aris and a trembling, awestruck Kaiya a vision Earth, a vibrant blue jewel, now scarred with black veins and a fever of heat. They did not come to conquer or blame, they came to heal. What followed was a miracle of three hands: human, mare, and alien. The Galateans, with technology that seemed like magic, deployed great shimmering nets that hung in the water, not to trap life, but to seek out and break down the toxic polymers of plastic and oil, reducing them to harmless elements. They cooled the feverish thermal hotspots, restoring balance. But they could not do it alone. They needed guides. Kaiya became their eyes, her connection to the ocean's soul leading them to the deepest, most wounded places. She sang to the confused sea life, calming them, hurting them away from danger and into the paths of restoration. And the humans, led by Aris and Elio, provided the scale. They provided the why, the maps of industry, the locations of pipelines, the data on chemical compositions. More importantly, they provided the future. They took the Galatean technology, the principles of catalytic breakdown, the clean energy systems, and began to replicate it, sharing it freely with a world now humbled and united by the undeniable proof of both its failure and its salvation. The work took years. When it was done, the Galateans departed as silently as they had come, leaving behind a healed ocean and a wiser world. Kaiya now dances once more through forests of kelp. The coral cities are returning, splashes of electric blue and fiery orange slowly reclaiming the white ruins. The whale's song is a deep, happy thrum once again. Sometimes she breaks the surface. On the shore, Aris stands, now older, her red hair streaked with gray. She smiles, and Kaiya lifts a hand, not in distress, but in greeting. Human and mermaid, bound by a shared memory of a world on the brink, and a shared victory in pulling it back. The symphony of the ocean is not what it was, it is richer. Woven into its ancient rhythms are new notes, the hum of clean ships above, the laughter of children on a now plastic-free beach, and the resilient, hopeful heartbeat of a planet that learned, just in time, that it was never alone. The end. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.